Right, this was what I was going to collect for you. This is the whole thing, and this is a list of all the structures between Liverpool and Manchester. This dates back, well, not this copy, but this dates back to 1864, when that particular line from Liverpool opened. There's actually 3 routes from Liverpool to Manchester. The original one, 1830 from Liverpool Road. Then the one that feeds into Victoria Station round the back through Bolton and down that way. And then this one, which is called the Cheshire Lines Committee. Now, all this railway belonged to what was called the Cheshire Lines Committee. Now, I've put some notes on here for you about the Cheshire Lines Committee. And it was actually a conglomerate of 3 separate companies. The Great Northern Railway, Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire, which later became the Great Central Railway after 1897, and the Midland Railway. And that actually was run as a separate entity right the way through till 1948, when the British Railway Companies were nationalised. Now, what I've done for you, I remembered after I'd made some photocopies that I'd got a box of these upstairs, and this is a reprint of my 2-part line history from Manchester Central to first of all to New Mills, then to Chinley. So everything you need to know about that railway and about the Cheshire Lines Committee is actually in here somewhere. So there's a whole, I mean, a lot of it's very dry, very arcane if you're not used to reading this sort of stuff. But it tells you how it all came about, basically. So that's yours.
Oh,
and you go.
thank you.
Okay. So I've just put together a few notes there for you about the history of the viaducts and the railways that use them. And we start there. And actually 3 viaducts, as you know. And I remembered again that I've got a photograph here, just taken in the war. That's the Altrincham line after it had been bombed in 1940. Wow. Right? So you can see in the distance there's the high level viaducts, and that's actually looking towards Manchester. He's got his back to Old Trafford there. Okay. Now it's pretty hairy, that. And this was taken by a press photographer called William Lees, who we've been tracking down for many years. And there is no way in this wide world any member of the public would have been allowed to go there in the war, because it was all, very sensitive. Photography was banned on all transport undertakings from 1939 to 1945 when the war was on. And they were very, very tight about it. If you were seen photographing a railway station or even a tram, anything, they'd jump on you, thinking you were a German spy. So it's not a very good photo, unfortunately. The negative was very, very thin. It would have been taken in December, typical sort of gloom. So you can take that with you as well. Okay. So again, there's a few notes for you. Now, that was in another book. That shows you the viaducts looking away from Central Station. There's the Altrincham line. That's below. That's now where the trains to Liverpool go. Because when the Metrolink came, Metrolink trains can't use British Rail tracks. So if you've been on the Metrolink, you'll probably remember that when you come away from Cornbrook, the interchange station, the line drops down sharply.
Yeah.
And what they had to do, because the trams aren't allowed to use British Rail tracks, they had to burrow underneath what's now the Liverpool line. So that now actually goes, that's the line now, it is used by the Norwich-Liverpool trains and all the Transpennine trains that finish up in Liverpool Lime Street. And as I say, they go over the Metrolink now, whereas at one time the whole thing was on one.
So this one here,
yeah.
that's the one I'm looking at, isn't it? That's the
third one, the 1893 one. That's the middle one, the 1877 one. That was built when the first Central Station opened. Now,
that's the one that the tram now runs along.
That's the one.